I'm reading Evie. Today I'm going to talk about the book that I just finished, Sara's Past. Sara's Past by Ernie Lindsey. I almost said by Sara Winthrop. That's the title of the series. This is the sequel to Sara's Game that I just finished. This is no game. 18 months after Sara's terrifying encounter with a demented kidnapper, life has finally returned to normal. Almost. Her memories of the game still haunt her dreams, and every day, society appears to go a little bit crazier. Terrorist attacks are on television all the time, it seems, and ordinary people just like her, are dying. All she wants is to live a safe, quiet life with her children. On a damp fall morning, however, Sara receives news that is both chilling and unthinkable, plunging her family headlong into another terrifying world of fear. You're the next target. So, here are my notes. This was a very short book. It was only like 5.5 hours on audiobook, so I don't have too many notes this time, but let's get into it. So it's interesting, on the second chapter, we're in one of the bad guys' head. That didn't happen last book. It was only in Sara. It was Sara and John, the cop, but no bad guy. They mention rural Oklahoma and saying nobody would care if they bombed that area. Gee, thanks. We're people too. The audacity. So it's about also a group that is led by Boudica. Think I'm pronouncing that right? So they're under the assumption that, how best to explain this, that they are basically showing the violence of video games. One of the bad guys' views that I talked about earlier, he lost his nephew, I think. His nephew, due to video game violence, I guess. So, yeah, it was a little weird setup. So basically they're bombing popular areas to show the dangers of video games. That seems a little counterintuitive to me, but whatever. So as we will learn, that is not the real reason why these areas are being bombed, though. So, Boudica is a woman named Patty, who Sara partly bullied as a kid. So we don't know what happened yet with that situation. Sounds like she's trying to kill Sara now. So yeah, that's what was happening. So Patty's real motives, and I'll get into it in a couple of notes from now. Her real motive is to kill these group of women. Well, they were girls at this point that were involved in her bullying incident. So that's why it's random popular cities. So, and now Sara, there's another lady who is now moved to Paris. So Sara's pretty much left in the States. I said, ew. So, I don't know if I should say this here. Patty was basically found at a public football game where the bleachers were, doing unsavory acts towards herself. I don't know why. At a public football game? Ugh, whatever. Kids, I guess. So, the popular girls who were the victims now as adulthood basically raped her. So they held her down and forced her to finish after they caught her. So that's why she's after them now. Sara was there and pretending to laugh, so that's why Patty is after her. This is why you don't laugh at messed up situations. But Sara's home just exploded. Hopefully her kids and the babysitter got out. Shelley was presumed dead by Sara because of the riot. She's still alive. So Shelley was, if you watched my last video, she was the kidnapper. So, and at the end of the first book, Sara got news of a riot at the prison, and it looked pretty bad. Which it was. She ended up losing an eye. But she did live, so sucks for Sara. And obviously the kids and the babysitter made it out alive. So, which leads me to my next point. Spirit is the one who warned the babysitter to get out. So Spirit was basically this hitman, I think. I don't know, or mafia type. I kind of zoned out on that part, but basically he's the bad guy, not of this story, but one that's like most wanted, like FBI's most wanted or some crap like that. So, but he had a soft spot for kids, as you know, most normal people would, and he didn't want them to be hurt because they were also innocent. So he called the babysitter, said, "Get out," and the babysitter listened. She was even like, I don't know why, it just was instinct, I guess, or a gut feeling. Thankfully she did, they got out in time, and did not explode. My last note, Patty may still be alive. I wonder if the third book will be about her and Shelley. Spoiler alert, it is. So that was actually all my notes on the second book, not movie. That'd be pretty cool if these were movies. So I really enjoyed it. It still remained interesting. It didn't fall flat, in my opinion, as most like sequels sometimes do. I would recommend it. I would give it maybe a 4 or 5. Yeah, out of 5. Maybe a 4, maybe a 5. I don't know. Depends on the mood, I guess. It's a quick, fun read if you listen to audiobooks at least. I don't know for physical copy. I hear that there's a lot of typos, so maybe it's like self-published. But for the audiobook, I didn't get all that. So I liked it. That was it. Stay tuned for the third book.